Hey everyone, welcome to your personalized Lisbon deep dive.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
We're going to take your 3-day itinerary and make it unforgettable.
Sounds good.
So it looks like you're hitting all the major spots, those iconic landmarks, and
Yeah.
those hidden gems, those alleyways, and of course,
The food.
the food.
Yeah.
The pastel de nata.
Oh, can't forget that.
All right. So let's jump right into day one.
Right.
Day one, you're starting in the heart of Lisbon.
The heart of it all.
Yeah, Baixa, Chiado, and Alfama. These are the neighborhoods that
Just
really...
capture the essence of Lisbon.
Yeah, and you're kicking it off with pastéis de
So
nata.
that's it.
2 spots. You
Well-
have pastéis de Belém and Mantegaria.
Ooh, tough choices right away.
Right. So tell me, are you team crispy crust or are you team creamy center?
That is the question, isn't it? I mean, pastéis de Belém, those are the OG pastéis de nata.
Yeah.
The originals,
Yeah.
They started it all back in 1837.
Wow.
Their recipe, it's like a closely guarded secret passed down through generations.
I love that.
Oh, then you have Mantegaria. They have their own loyal following, known for that warm, melt-in-your-mouth custard.
Okay.
Honestly, you can't go wrong with either one, so you gotta try both, and and let your taste buds be the judge.
I love it. A little pastel de nata showdown.
There you go.
Okay, so after all that sugar, I see you're heading to Praça do Comércio, which is Commerce Square.
Right.
So this
It's
is
more than just a pretty plaza.
It's more than just a pretty plaza.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, this was once the gateway to Lisbon,
Huh?
Imagine merchant ships arriving from all over the world,
Wow, no.
unloading treasures, spices, you name it, right here.
Right.
It was the heart of the city's commerce and its wealth.
Mm.
Today, it's this grand open space,
Yeah,
elegant buildings all around, perfect for photo.
totally. And then you've got the Rua Augusta arch climb.
Another classic.
I always say the best way to get a feel for a city is from above, right?
Oh, for sure. And this arch, it has a fascinating story.
It's okay.
Originally, it was designed to be a bell tower.
Oh, really?
But after the 1755 earthquake, they decided to add a viewing platform.
Ah, okay.
Smart move, right?
Yeah.
Now you get this incredible panorama.
Yeah.
You can see Samorje Castle, the Tagus River.
I mean, it's just,
It's a reminder of Lisbon's resilience.
Yeah.
The way it's rebuilt and adapted through the centuries.
you've also got the Santa Justa lift planned, which offers another amazing viewpoint.
Yeah.
So I'm sensing a bit of a theme here.
Gotta get all those perspectives, right?
Yeah, those perspectives.
And the Santa Justa lift, this iron structure, it was actually inspired by the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, wow.
Whisk you up above the rooftops, gives you a different view of the city, those charming, winding streets.
Okay, so for lunch, you've got Time Out Market.
Good choice.
Now, I've heard this is more than just your average, food hall.
It is.
Right.
Way more. It's
Yeah.
like they handpicked the best food vendors in all of Lisbon, put them under one roof.
Yep.
So you can find Michelin star chefs right next to family-run places, making traditional dishes.
Wow.
It's a real taste of Lisbon's culinary scene all in one place.
I love it. And then it looks like you're spending the afternoon in Chiado, the literary and artistic heart of Lisbon, with a visit to Livraria Bertrand.
Ah, a must for any bookworm.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Livraria Bertrand is more than just the oldest bookstore in the world.
Wow.
It's a place where history and literature come alive.
Hmm.
I mean, imagine browsing the same shelves where Fernando Pessoa, one of Portugal's greatest poets, might have once stood.
That's so cool.
You can almost feel the weight of literary history in those aisles.
I love that, soaking up all that literary energy. But then you've also got the Carmo Convent ruins on the list.
Right, a little bit of a contrast.
Seems like a contrast, but I'm intrigued.
The Carmo Convent is a powerful reminder of the 1755 earthquake that devastated Lisbon.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It was a magnificent Gothic structure, but the earthquake left it in ruins. Now, those skeletal arches stand open to the sky. They're a symbol of the city's past, but also its resilience.
Wow. I'm already starting to understand why people fall in love with Lisbon.
It's hard not to.
This blend of beauty, history, and resilience. It's just
It's captivating.
fascinating. And then as the evening approaches, you're heading to Alfama, Lisbon's oldest district.
Getting lost in those labyrinthine streets.
Right. Narrow, cobbled streets winding up those steep hills, colorful houses.
And don't forget those iconic blue and white tiles.
And to complete that Alfama experience, a fado dinner.
A must-do.
I've heard so much about fado, but I have to admit, I don't know much about it.
Oh, it's more than music.
Eh.
It's the heart and soul of Lisbon. It's a way of expressing Lisbon's history, its joys, sorrows. It's often described as saudade,
How's that?
this Portuguese word that encompasses A deep longing nostalgia.
Hmm.
It's haunting, beautiful music, often performed in small, intimate restaurants in those Alfama alleyways.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
So day one is shaping up to be an incredible journey.
It's going to be a whirlwind of senses.
The flavors, the history, the music, it's all coming together.
And we've only just begun.
Okay, day two, Belém, a neighborhood practically overflowing with history.
You got it.
I'm picturing grand monuments,
Yeah.
sweeping views, and
Court.
more amazing food.
Always more amazing food in Lisbon.
Right, so you've planned to get there by tram.
A great way to see the city.
Yeah, which sounds fun, but
It is.
is there a particular line you'd recommend?
Tram 15E is a classic.
Okay.
It runs along the river, passes some key landmarks.
Okay.
You'll see the MAT Museum, very futuristic architecture.
Oh, cool.
The Geronimos Monastery, all those intricate details.
Right.
And of course, Belém Tower right there on the waterfront. It's a journey in itself, that tram ride.
Awesome. So first up, Geronimos Monastery.
Ah, yes.
And you mentioned those details. What makes it so special?
So, the Geronimos Monastery is a masterpiece of Manueline architecture.
Manueline architecture.
Yeah, a style unique to Portugal. It really flourished during their age of exploration.
Okay.
Reflects the country's wealth and power at the time.
Okay.
You'll see all these nautical motifs carved into the stone.
Oh, wow.
Ropes, anchors, even sea monsters.
Really?
It's as if the building itself is telling the story of Portugal's maritime adventures.
It's like a giant storybook.
Exactly.
Okay, amazing. And then after the monastery, you're walking along the river to the Belém Tower.
Another icon.
Yeah, another icon of Lisbon.
Can't miss it.
So what can we expect there?
Well, the Belém Tower, it's also Manueline architecture,
Uh-huh.
but it has this more fortified feel,
Okay.
It used to guard the entrance to the harbor,
Mm-hmm.
protecting Lisbon from invaders.
I see.
Cannons firing, smell of gunpowder.
Wow.
Today, you can explore all the levels, climb those spiral staircases.
Oh, cool.
Imagine what it was like back then.
Defender of the harbor to a picturesque landmark.
It's quite a journey.
Right. And speaking of, transformations, we've also got the monument to the discoveries.
Right.
2 monuments dedicated to exploration. So,
It's interesting to compare them,
Yeah.
Belém Tower, it represents like a defensive era, right?
okay.
But the monument to the discoveries, that was built in the 20th century.
Oh, okay.
It celebrates those achievements of Portuguese explorers.
I see.
It's this grand symbolic structure all about adventure and discovery.
That's cool.
Portugal's golden age.
So we've got those historical fortifications, a monument. Is this where we settle the great pastel de nata debate?
You bet. You're headed to Pastéis de Belém,
Okay.
the birthplace of the pastel de nata.
Right.
Legend has it they still use the original recipe from the monks who lived in the monastery.
The monks.
Yeah,
It's a must try, for sure.
absolutely.
All right, bring on the taste test. But first, lunch.
Of course.
You've chosen Osterários,
Excellent choice.
known for its traditional seafood.
It is. It's an institution right next to the monastery.
Oh, perfect.
The perfect spot for Portuguese cuisine.
Oh.
You have to try the arrozo de marisco.
Arroz marisco.
Yeah, flavorful seafood rice.
Okay.
Or the classic bacalhau à brás.
Bacalhau bra.
Yeah, that's codfish with shredded potatoes and eggs.
Okay, my stomach is rumbling now.
I know, right?
So after lunch, the MAA Museum, which we saw from the tram.
we did.
It's a big contrast from those historical sites, huh?
It is, but that's Lisbon for you. A blend of old and new.
Yeah.
The MAT, the Museum of Art, Architecture, and Technology.
Right.
It's all about Lisbon's modern side.
Okay.
The building itself is a work of art, very contemporary. They have exhibitions exploring art, tech, how they intersect with society.
I like it's like a bridge between the past and future.
Exactly.
And LX Factory, completely different vibe, right?
Totally different. LX Factory is a former industrial complex. Now it's this creative hub, studios, shops, restaurants, bars,
Cool.
all in those repurposed factory buildings.
That sounds really neat.
You'll find everything there. Vintage clothes, street art, innovative design.
So a feast for the senses.
It is the perfect way to end a day that started with history and ends with art and design.
Almost forgot about dinner.
Right.
You pick Rio Maravilha.
With those rooftop views.
Yes. And the 25th of April Bridge.
Spectacular.
So imagine sipping cocktails as the sun sets over the city.
Doesn't get much better than that.
Day 3, the final day of your Lisbon adventure.
It's gone by so fast.
And looks like you've saved a mix of modern and classic experiences for last.
Always good to mix it up.
Parque das Nações, a different side of Lisbon, right?
Completely different. This district showcases Lisbon's ability to reinvent itself.
Okay.
It was once a neglected industrial area,
Hmm?
but then they transformed it for the 1998 World Expo.
Wow.
Now it's a hub of modern architecture, innovative design, and sustainable living.
I see you're starting with the Vasco da Gama Tower.
Great choice.
Another chance for those panoramic views.
Oh, yeah, but with a different perspective,
Okay.
Compared to the viewpoints you saw on day one,
Okay.
this one shows you Lisbon's modern skyline stretching along the Tagus.
I see.
A real contrast to that historic center.
Okay, then it's on to the Oceanario de Lisboa, one of the most impressive aquariums
It's
in
incredible.
the world,
They
right?
say it's one of the best. It's more than just an aquarium, though.
Okay.
It's like a journey through the world's oceans,
Wow.
designed to make you feel like you're submerged in this vastness of the sea.
Hmm.
You'll see everything, penguins, sharks, all in these perfectly recreated habitats.
So cool being transported to these different underwater worlds.
Right, in Lisbon,
And after that, you're going for a walk along the riverfront.
perfect way to relax and take it all in.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
The riverfront in Parque das Nações is it's great for a leisurely stroll.
Yeah.
You can admire the modern architecture.
And keep an eye out for the cable cars, by the way.
Oh,
They glide above the waterfront. It's a fun way to get around.
Okay, lunchtime, Patio de Gale, right on the water.
Another great choice. Lots of restaurants there.
Yeah.
Fresh seafood, traditional Portuguese cuisine.
Right?
Got to try those grilled sardines, a Lisbon classic.
Okay, noted.
Soak in those river views. Enjoy that vibrant energy.
After lunch, it's back to the city center, the bohemian Barro Alto.
Love Barro Alto.
Yeah, it's a big change from Parque das Nações, isn't it?
It is, but that's what makes Lisbon so exciting.
Right.
It's a city of contrasts. Old world charm meets modern innovation.
Yeah.
Barro Alto, narrow streets, colorful buildings, shops, bars, restaurants. It's all there.
You've got Miradoro de San Pedro de Alcántara on the list.
Ah, yes, more panoramic views.
You really love those viewpoints.
Can't resist them. Lisbon's a city that begs to be seen from above.
Okay, I get it.
Miradoro de San Pedro de Alcántara offers stunning views of the city.
Especially the castle up on the hilltop.
Oh, wow.
As you look out at that cityscape, think about all the history there, all those stories.
Okay.
It's quite something.
Then it's time for a ride on Tram 28.
Oh, the iconic Tram 28.
I have to admit, I'm a little excited about this one.
As you should be, it's more than just a tram.
Okay.
It's a Lisbon institution, those vintage trams rattling through those narrow streets. It's like taking a step back in time.
The perfect way to experience the soul of Lisbon.
You got it.
And as the day winds down, Miradoro da Senhora do Monte for sunset.
Another hidden gem,
Nice.
often overlooked by tourists, which makes it even more special.
Okay.
It's a peaceful place, breathtaking views, especially at sunset. The sky turns all shades of orange and pink. It's magical.
And to wrap up your Lisbon adventure, dinner in Barro Alto,
Nice.
followed by drinks at Park Bar, another rooftop spot.
With those city lights twinkling below.
So as you enjoy your last meal in Lisbon, just think about all you've experienced. The flavors, the sights, the history, the energy.
It all comes together to create this amazing city.
It sounds like Lisbon really leaves a lasting impression.
It does. There's a reason people fall in love with this place.
So we hope this deep dive has helped you make the most of your trip.
Absolutely.
Remember, this is just the beginning.
There's always more to discover.
Lisbon has so much to offer.
We hope you have an amazing time.
Yeah, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.
Happy travels.